In the previous videos, we have talked about phylum Spermatophyta, where we talk about gynecomastia and angiosperms, and I also talk about the difference between dicotyledons and monocotyledons. And in today's video, we'll talk about the Kingdom Animalia. So without further ado, let's get started. Kingdom Animalia. Kingdom Animalia are larger than the whole kingdom. They are the largest kingdom in the living things kingdoms. So these are eukaryotic and multicellular organisms. I say eukaryotic because they are true nucleus, and they are multicellular organisms. They have multiple cells, and they lack cell wall and chloroplast, which means they lack cell wall and they cannot manufacture their own food through using chloroplast. They are heterotrophic mode of nutrition, hence non-photosynthesis, or we can call them, they are ready-made food. They cannot manufacture, they have to get it ready. Mostly are motile organisms. Most of them are motile organisms. They can move from one place to another or by means of an external stimuli. They vary in body size, shapes, and functions. They have different diversity in the body and size and functions. They are classified into two main groups. The first one is invertebrate, animal with backbones, and the animal without backbones, that is invertebrate, without backbones. The second one is vertebrate, animal with backbones. The next is division and subdivision of animals are based on several important features, which includes body symmetry, body designs, and body cavity. Kingdom Animalia division and subdivisions are based on main important groups, that is body symmetry, body designs, and body cavity. So body symmetry, this means the body of these animals can be cut along its axis in any plane, not plan, I mistakenly write plants, to give two identical. And example of body symmetry, the first one is asymmetrical body. Asymmetrical body is a body which have two sides or half that are not the same or not symmetrical. Example of animal that exhibit asymmetrical body is sponge. Radial symmetrical body, that is another example of body symmetrical. Body which can be cut along its axis in any plan to give two identical half. Example of this is jellyfish, cinnamon, and etc. So the last one is bilaterally symmetrical body. Body can cut along its axis in only one plane to give two identical halves. You need to understand it, only one plane to give two identical halves, either is right or left sides. Example of this bilaterally symmetrical body is flatworm, vertebrate, and all vertebrate and in insects, etc. The next one, we will discuss some key points to take notes to remember about or on bilaterally symmetrical body. The first one is anterior side. Anterior side, when you hear means, it simply means near or toward the front of something. Posterior side, which simply means near or toward the back of something. Dorsal refers to back. When you hear something, dorsal, back of the sides. Ventral refers to front of the body. As you can see here, the shape of this, look at this, dorsal side, anterior side, ventral side, and posterior side of gut. This is bilateral symmetrical body. So we are going to talk about the next one, that is body design. Body design, it will be number one, sac-like body. Few phylomatic animals have a sac-like body with a single mouth leading to the good cavity, and also they take input and get rid of waste through this opening. Okay, some have a sac-like body with a good cavity, and they take up food with good cavity and get rid of this food through good cavity. The next one is tubular body. Majority of animals have a tubular body with a good cavity first that can open at the anterior, that is near or toward the front of something, that is near or toward front of something, that is anterior, and posterior end of the body. Okay, we have for example, let me say we have mouth and anus, we can remove it. They take food through an anterior opening, that is mouth, and they eliminate undigested food through posterior opening, that is anus. So how do you understand this body design? We are going to the next one, that is body cavity. Most animals undergo a line of early tissue during embryonic developments. These layers are called germ layers, that is body cavity. Diploplast. Some animals have two germ layers, that is ectoderm and endoderm. These are called diploplasts. Triploplast. Some animals have a three germ layers, that is ectoderm, endoderm, and mesoderms. Note: germ layers are primary layers of cells in an embryo of animals. Also, as the embryo develops, these cells differentiate to form various body tissues. A triploplast may develop an internal body cavity from mesoderms called coelom. A triploplast that lacks coelom, or let me see body cavity, are called acoelomate. Example is platforms. Animals with true coelom or body cavity are called coelomates. A third group of triploplasts that have a post body cavity, or they don't have, okay, let me say that have a post coeloms, are called pseudocoelomates. Example are roundwoos. So this is a typical example, as you can see here, between diploplasts and triploplasts. There's an ectoderm, as you can see here, that is the green one, and there's a digestive cavity or body cavity, that is the one in the circular, that is white one, and there's also ectoderm, that is the blue one, the ecta, that is when you hear something ecto, which means external, and there's a non-living layer under diploplasm, that is the one that is it ash, and also there is a mesoderms under triplosplasm, that is the red one. So overview and body plans in between acoelomate, pseudocoelomates, and coelomates. So acoelomate example is platforms. Eucoelomate is true coelomate, that is annelida, mollusks, arthropods, echinoderms, and chordata. Is it how I supposed to pronounce this? And example of pseudocoelomate are roundworms. So a triploplast may be a coelomate, eucoelomate, or pseudocoelomate. Is in eucoelomate have a body cavity within the mesoderms called coelom. As you can see here, eucoelomate, there's a body cavity. They have a body cavity within the mesoderms. There's a mesoderms with the red one and called coelom. As you can see here, there's a body cavity which line with mesoderm tissue. As you can see, there's a mesoderm tissue there. Pseudocoelomates have a similar body cavity but lined with mesoderms and endoderm. When you look at pseudocoelomates, there's a body cavity but lined with mesoderms. As you can see, there's a mesoderm with red one and endoderm. As you can see here, there's endoderm. So hope you understand it. So the next we are going to talk about invertebrate. That is the first classification. As you can see, we have mentioned they have classified into two, vertebrate and invertebrate. But that will be in our next video. Thank you so much for watching. Do have a nice day. See you next class. Bye.